Hello, hello, and good morning, and welcome to Awakening the Force Morning Yoga with me, Yogi Cecily. Happy, happy, happy morning if you're doing this video with me live on Facebook. Now, on Facebook, it looks like we just lost the circuit to our lighting. So I'm reaching out to Papa Bear, who Papa Bear, you might be able to hit the breaker because the lights went out. Hey everybody, yeah, so just a little technical issue. Yes, it looks like our breaker went and we lost our lighting, and we're gonna get that right back because you gotta be able to see what's going on, right? So while Papa Bear is looking at that, I'm gonna chat with you all and get you going with, thank you very much, Bear. Talk to you all this morning and get you going with a reading, and which is what I do in the morning classes. We do a reading, then we do breath work, and then we do some seated work, and then we end with sun salutes. And I also have this morning a couple of tools. Now, if I bring out tools and you don't happen to have them with you, and you're doing the class with me live, don't even worry about it. The class will be downloaded onto YouTube, and then you can go get your equipment and then do it with the equipment on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you're following me as Yogi Cecily. Thank you very much for that. And so this morning I do have a strap, and then I also have a barre, which could just be like a broomstick, but dig it, like if you use a broomstick, make sure you take off the brushy part of the broom. You basically just need the stick. And maybe you have something around that's like a stick. You could take the rake off of your rake. You could take the stick part off and then just work with that stick. All right, so I'm here with Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, and I'm reading from page 117, and she's speaking about the common vulnerability shields, the shield of foreboding joy. So we basically, like, we can't get joy going. So I just want to read here. So she says, given that I study emotions like shame, fear, and vulnerability, I hardly expected to one day be telling you that exploring the construct of joy turned my professional and personal life upside down. But it's true. In fact, having spent several years studying what it means to feel joyful, I'd argue that joy is probably the most difficult emotion to really feel. Why? Because when we lose the ability or the willingness to be vulnerable, joy becomes something we approach with deep foreboding. This shift from our younger selves' greeting of joy with unalloyed delight happens slowly and outside of our awareness. We don't seem to even know that it's happening or why. We just know that we crave more joy in our lives, that we are joy starved. In a culture of deep scarcity, of never feeling safe, certain, and sure enough, joy can feel like a setup. We wake up in the morning and think, oh, work is going well, everyone in the family is healthy, there are no major crises are happening, the house is still standing, I'm working out and feeling good. Oh, wait, this is bad, this is really bad. Disaster must be lurking right around the corner. Well, that's what happened in 2020, right? Like literally everything was going along, everything was good, 2020. So this is what your brain is now going to be thinking more seriously in 2021, that around every corner is disaster, because that is what happened in 2020, right? So she goes on to say, or we get promoted and our first thought is, this is too good, this is too true, what's the catch? So we're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. That expression originated in the early 1990s when immigrants and people flooding into the cities were crammed into tenement housing, where you could literally hear your upstairs neighbor taking off their shoes at night. Once you heard the first shoe hit the floor, you waited for the other shoe to drop. Even though the world today is much safer in many ways than it was in the early part of the century, our life expectancy is far greater than that of the folks who are listening for a shoe to hit the floor, right? The stakes we feel so much higher to us these days. Most of us today think the other shoe is something terrifying. a terrorist attack, a natural disaster, COVID-19. And so she just goes on to sort of set up how we need to release ourselves from that foreboding and allow ourselves to actually find and feel joy. Okay, so you got that. I want to take care of a couple of other technical things going on this day, and then we'll get set up on the mat. So I'm going to turn on a light, and maybe the beeping, maybe we can get that going so that you all can hear all of my cues. So get set up on your mat, and I'm going to get all my stuff on, and we're going to come on over here and start as we usually do, seated with some breathing. And I'm sitting here, and I just want to do sort of a cat-cow in a seated position. And you're going to scrunch on in. I've also got my coffee there, so just in case I need to take a sip of coffee, I might do that this morning. So we're here, and you're sitting up, and hug onto your knees and round. So you're rounding your back and tucking your tailbone, and this is what would be the cat pose. Then I'm going to slide my hands down to my ankles, arch and lift up and look up, inhale, and this would be the cow. Yes, so lift up, inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round, tucking the tailbone, inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding, 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 inhale, lift. Two more, exhale, round down and really tuck your tailbone. You want to get this slope in the lower back, then inhale, lift. One more time, exhale, round, and inhale, lift. Okay, awesome. Roll back on your back, give your knees a hug. So I a little bit want to do the same thing here. We're going to go 5 times. Give your knees a hug and lift your head up, contract your abdominals. Then the feet go down and we bridge up, and this is sort of similar to back bending, opening the hip sockets. And 4 more. Inhale, exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. 3 more, exhale, round, and lift, and 2 more, exhale, round, inhale, lift, and 1 more, exhale, round, and inhale, lift. Right on, let's stay here, and just do bridges here, up, 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 and up, 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 and up. Up, 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 and up, up, up. So we're getting in the glutes, yeah, we're getting into the rear chain muscles. Up, you see the hamstring is actually in contracted mode. Up, 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 and up. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Give your knees a hug. Roll forward, exhale, roll back, inhale. Roll forward, exhale. Roll back, inhale. 3 more, roll forward, exhale, roll back, inhale. 2 more, exhale, and back, inhale. 1 more, exhale, good. Now I want to do all that together just one more time. Right on, right on. So you got your toes pulled in, hug your arms around, and round. Rounding, slide your hands down, arch the back, look up, inhale. And rounding, arch the back, look up, inhale. Again, and rounding. Arch the back, look up, inhale. Again, and rounding. Arch the back, look up, inhale. And 1 more, rounding. Arch the back, look up, inhale. Good. Now we round back, roll back, give the knees a hug. Exhale, place the feet down, and bridge. And hug in. And bridge. Now you notice I'm just sort of holding onto my ankles the whole time. 3 more, rounding and bridging. Inhale and exhale, rounding and bridge up, inhale. And 1 more, rounding and bridge up, inhale. Then we stay here in the bridge, eh? And here we are pulsing up, 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 and up, up, up. Good. Now we're here in the bridge, and the bridge is sometimes really hard for people to get their fingers to their feet. Like a lot of people say, like, my arms aren't long enough, different things like that. I just want everybody to remember, you actually have to kind of walk your shoulders in. And you notice when you walk your shoulders in closer, yes, your hips go higher, and your hands are right there next to your ankles. 8, 7, 6, and 5. So you're actually pressed into the back of your shoulders. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Curling down. Give the knees a hug. Roll forward and back. 4 more. Forward and back. 3 more. Oh, feels good. And back. 2 more. Forward and back. And 1 more. Forward. Yes, yes. And back. Delicious. Wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to sit up, cross your right foot in front of your left, or put it on top. You want to put it on top, that's cool. Good, excellent. And I want to place the hands on the knees, and we're just going to take your ribs around in a circle. Inhale when the ribs go forward, exhale, rounding back. Inhale, forward, and exhale. 3 more. Inhaling and exhale. Whew. 2 more. It might be the heater. So,
the heater's on?
And inhale. I don't think so. And back. We don't know why we're having trouble with the breaker. That doesn't usually happen. Inhale and back. And 1 more. Oh, round, 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 and back. All good in the neighborhood. Let's lean to the right. And open and close your left arm. Thank you. You know, it's always, didn't I just read about foreboding joy, and you're always waiting for the next shoe to drop? Like, so we never have this breaker issue, and it's already happened twice. What am I gonna do? You just gotta take what life throws at you, because you know it's gonna throw stuff at you. Yeah. Now I'm going to twist to the right and bring the forehead down to the right knee. And hold and breathe a few times here. Now, you know, if your forehead doesn't get to your knee, you just put a block there. Yeah. And some people can get their chin out ahead of the knee, so you're reaching out. 3, 2, and 1. Coming on up. We're going to change sides. Get this coffee a little bit closer. I can feel that I might need some caffeine. Now, you know what's better than coffee, though, is the green tea. I do think that that's a little bit better. Let's take the body circles, taking the ribs around. Inhale when your ribs go forward, and exhale when they're going back. And inhale when they're going forward, and exhale when they're going back. Again, 3 more. Inhale and exhale. You know, move your shoulders around. You got to get all that going. Inhale forward. You got to get all that going and back. And 1 more forward. And back. All right, you're leaning into your left elbow, and you're moving the right arm around, so you can feel that. So you can make circles, you can bend and straighten, you can just look up and look around, and just move that all around to try to open and close your ribs. Give me a few more here. 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. All right, I'm going to go ahead and face the other way. Now, I'm going to get out the strap, and this is because I have a friend who she with one leg, she really shouldn't lift the leg without some support because of what's going on with her hips. So I get my strap out and put the strap around the right leg. And now some people are using the strap to help reach out for the foot, but today I'm actually going to use the strap to actually help that leg. So that helps her keep the leg anchored into the hip, right? And so you can also use a strap that way. I can circle my hands around, get a pretty good grip. I'm going to lean back like I'm riding a horse. I'm going to lean back and say, okay, whoa, horse. Oh, lift up through the ribs, and then this leg is going down and up, down and up. Now, if you don't have the strap, what are you doing? Yes? So you place your hands behind your hips. Now, the strap is going to help you sit up. If you don't have the strap, you put your hands behind you to sit up. right? So I wanted to show some working with a strap today. Give me 4 more here, 3 more. But I don't think of it as a tool for beginners. 2 more and 1. Now everybody just take a nice forward fold over your legs. Bow down, bow down. Nice. Let's do the other leg. So it's 16 repetitions. I'm going to do all 16 with the strap, and here we go. Is 1. Now the other thing I'm telling my client is that you actually have to treat both legs the same. So even though she only has the problem in one leg, I say, well, you got to use the strap on the other leg. Notice how the arms are pulling. Notice how the strap actually helps me sit up taller in the upper body. The shoulders can roll back more easily. 4 more, breathe. 3 more, breathe. 2 more, yes, 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 and 1. Good. Everybody take a nice forward fold over the legs. Now this leg lifting helps you achieve a better forward fold. So we're going to do once more on each side. I'm going to do this next set with the hands behind me. You can point your fingertips towards your hips or point your fingertips away. Everybody sitting up tall in the ribs. 16 with the right leg. We go 1 and 2. You feel the quadricep immediately. 3 and 4. Again. And up and down. Up again. Up again. 8 more. 8 and 7. 6 and 5. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, great. Everybody take a nice forward fold over the legs. And I don't know about you, but you might find yourself getting a little bit deeper in the forward fold. Last set, left leg with the strap, fingertips behind you. You'll figure out what's best for you. Here we go. 1 and 2 and up and up. Again is up and up and up. Believe in it. 8 more. 8. Now tell me 7. You're not sitting back and slouching. 6 and 5. The whole dealio here is to help you sit forward. 3. 2 more. 2. 1 more. 1 and inhale, exhale, deep forward fold. All right, now I want to do kind of the same thing, just one more strap work exercise. So get the strap in on the feet. You're going to bend the knees in. Yeah, you're going to probably get a good grip on the strap fairly close and then straighten out the legs. So this is Navasana, the boat pose, yeah? And we're just going to hold here Navasana. Now, some of you might be using the strap because you feel like you can't reach your toes. That is cool. I want you to notice my elbows are bent. So you don't want to use the strap like that, right? So this is great upper body work because, right, you're actually making your arms work. See how the arms are going to work? Your arms are helping your legs. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And I want to match this supported boat pose with Halasana, the plow. Right, so we're going to go back to the plow. Place the hands behind the lower back. Flex the feet, right? Support the lower back. Keep your hands in there. Keep your fingertips pointed up and walk your shoulders together. Bend your knees. Take a nice easy breath and come on down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So this is Navasana, the boat pose, with or without a strap. So you're not using a strap. That's cool. Hold on to your ankles instead of your feet. So that's kind of probably going to be the next place, right? Or even the calves. Wherever you are, you're using your grip to sit up tall. You're not using the grip to get the legs out of doing their work. And hey, these are straight legs. So you notice my elbows have a nice bend in because I'm using the bicep and the upper back to help support the legs. Great. And we're going to bend in and go back to the plow pose. Halasana. Inhale, exhale. Up, over, and back. And elbows in. Take a nice breath here. Wonderful stretch for the back. This makes your forward fold better. Right? And we're going to come up and we're going to do one more Navasana, supported Navasana. And we're going to hold on to the big toes. So some folks can get to the big toes, but the main thing I want you to notice is how I still have a bend in my elbows. So a lot of times people are holding on to their toes. The back is round, yeah, and the arms are straight. That's kind of not the one you want. You want the one where the arms and the back muscles pull the legs in. So it's kind of a 3-for-1 sale. You're opening the hamstrings, contracting the quad, hip flexor, and pelvic floor, so that stays contracted. You're getting the upper back work and the bicep work, so you're getting the upper body work there too. Take a deep breath and release. All right, and then we go back to Halasana Plow and hold the stretch. 3, 2, nice stretch, beautiful. And 1, we're gonna bend the knees in and roll forward, sitting up. So dig it, check that out. It's kind of interesting because you could just do everything we've done here just as your morning workout. Already I feel great. I want to move on and go to all fours, so we're going to face this way. We're going to take all of the theory we've already done, starting with cat-cow in this position. Maybe I'm not going to get any coffee in here. It's just a prop. All right, so going all the way back to cat and cow. All right, and we're going to take the cat, which is the rounding, the tucking of the tailbone, and the cow, inhale, and 4 more, 4. Inhaling, and 3. You can actually reverse the breath if you ever want to. Inhaling, and 2 more. So I'm rounding, exhale, inhaling, and 1 more rounding, and exhaling. Good, 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 great. Now from here, I want to add in downward facing dog. And I'm going to take downward facing dog. This is a deadly position. I do not like this next position myself. And it is the dolphin pose it's called, which is really dropping into the elbows from downward facing dog. Notice, you got to get your elbows to lay down succinctly and look forward, and then keep your elbows close. Hold here, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees and child's pose. So I'm taking child's pose as the rounding part, and the dolphin pose, yes, at somewhat similar to back bending and bridging and getting into the shoulders. So we've got to do 2 more of these. Here you are in the downward facing dog. Hey, I want you to notice, I'm not way back here in downward dog. The better you want to get at dolphin pose and Mayurasana, the closer you got to stand in. I get my hands a little bit closer, look forward, take a deep breath, and succinctly spin the elbows inward, drop them down, and firm your legs. Good. 3, push your energy back. 2 and 1, bend the knees and child's pose. If in the child pose, if you want to take your hands back, that's cool. That's all right. Good. We're going to do this 1 more time, please. So dolphin starts in downward facing dog. Yeah, it does. And from here, look forward, draw the belly button to the spine. You can feel this wonderful, almost Uddiyana Bandha drawing in. And then succinctly drop the elbows down, spin the elbows in. And I know you think you're going to face plant. I know you want to do this. You're like, no. Don't face plant, right? Squeeze the elbows in. 3, 2, and 1. Great. And bend your knees and child's pose. Maybe take the arms back. That's pretty decent. All right. Wonderful. Now from here, I want to move on to something I've been doing recently with clients, and this is what I'm going to call a drawing a leg through. So some of you are trying to do threading and some very advanced moves, and what I like to do in a morning practice, I like to take an advanced idea and sort of make it simpler, and then wash and repeat with steady breathing. So in this iteration, your left hand's going to come up to your left hip, and see, that's going to cause you to twist towards me a little bit. And then you got to draw right leg through, just like that. And then take it back, just like that. 4 more, 4. Now, if your hand is on a block, it'll be easier. 3 more, 3. So this is the idea of threading and back. And you You want to try not to touch the floor with your foot. 2, and back, and 1. And then we're going to leave that foot out in front and get the really nice hamstring stretch, Ardha Hanumanasana. And usually in the morning, I just go ahead, get blocks, hang out, right? I'm not even trying to overly stretch in the morning, just want to open it up. I do focus on keeping the foot flexed, so you do want to get that focus as well. Hold there, 3 and 2 and 1. Good. 1 Prasarita Padottanasana coming up. Nice, medium wide stance, dropping the elbows and the head down. Once again, blocks. Fantastic. Just put your head on the block. Oh. Use 2 blocks. Oh, yeah. Good. We're just going to hang out here for about 3 more breaths because it's so wonderful. Right? And it introduces you to forward fold. So if you struggle with touching the floor in a forward fold, you want to hang out in Prasarita because many people can get their head much lower to the ground when your feet are apart. So that's just a part of geometry, gravity, things like that, okay? We're going to come on around, face the other way. And last set, cat and cow in all fours position. Tuck the tailbone, rounding belly button to the spine, cat, and up, up, up is cow. I'm going to reverse the breathing. I'm going to inhale on the cat. Exhale, cow. That feels good. Inhaling. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. 2 more. Inhaling. Exhaling. And 1 more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Wonderful. Downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Yeah, we got to do this again. The dolphin pose, right on, hands out, thumbs in, spinning the elbows in. You got to spin the elbows inward as you drop down. Now, bend the knees and find your child's pose. Just let it go in the morning. Yeah? So you are strong enough, it's just kind of scary. It's kind of scary because your body thinks that you're letting go, that you're just saying, hey, you know. But it's a beautiful concentration, makes the upper body stronger, helps you discover your latissimus dorsi, your triceps, some cleaving in the upper back, definitely makes a good Mayurasana and also strengthens the quads. Now when you bend the knees, all the leg energy, let that go. And bow down. Oh, I love it. And let's do 1 more. Hands out. Great. Look forward. And elbows in, spinning in. Drop it down. Maybe your heels will rise. Your heels might rise, but I tell you what, I'm trying so hard to press them down. Then we bend the knees and collapse. Oh. And there you are, child's pose. Thank you very much for that because I know that dolphin pose is so difficult. So definitely thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Okay, now we're threading. So left hand is down, right hand is on the hip. It's going to cause you to twist towards me. So now the right leg, you're going to pick up the foot and the knee and try to thread it through without touching. Yes, so it's got to lift up. If you are struggling to do this, it's a good fight. Very honorable fight. Very worthy fight. And you practice it every day. Do 5 each leg every day. And in about a month, your body will figure it out. Now, a lot of times we're trying to do things with the body, and the mind, your brain can understand it, but your body needs many repetitions. Yes? And when you're doing the repetitions, you're going to feel failure. You're going to feel like, But you actually have to kind of keep pressing through that feeling and take it back. We're going to do one more, up and out, and then we're going to hold this hamstring stretch. Lean down over the legs. Starting to feel good now. Remember, you got blocks there. You got blocks there. So good. Just enjoy your hamstring stretch. Do keep the toes flexed up. Do keep energy in your body. Okay. Now see, we're halfway through the class, and now we're kind of really ready to focus on some sun salutes. I'm going to keep facing this way, and I want to show you, I'm also going to get my stick or bar or whatever you have. I'm going to get this ready as well. So I'm going to pull this in closer. Let's go to downward facing dog, facing the left side of your mat. Inhale, exhale. 5 times, please. Bend the knees to the mat. Can be a round back or arched back. Then exhale back to downward facing dog. So experiment. Here I'm going to try to hold the rounding in the back. Inhale, exhale, and then downward dog. I'm trying to hold that rounded energy. This time I'm going to arc up. Inhale, exhale. And 2 more. 2, inhale. So explore around with what your spine wants to do. Exhale. And then explore containment. So here I'm going to contain. I'm going to contain the action around my ribs. All right, we did that 5 times. Walk your hands back to your feet. And squatting in a monkey's pose, hips back. Then exhale, straighten, relax your head, bring your chin down. Good, and 4 more, squatting and straightening, squatting. So I set my feet a little bit wider and straightening. And 2 more, squatting and straightening. And 1 more, squatting and straightening. Okay, so we did that 5 times. Walk out to plank. So this is a theory of 5. Theory of 5 breaths. Exhale, downward dog. Walk it back. And just stand up. Stand up. Just, we're finally standing. Exhale. I don't mind if you want to bend and soften. Walk it out. 4, inhaling. And back. Exhale. Walk back, inhale and exhale. Stand up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do this again 3 more times. Walk out planks, a theory of 5. And downward dog. Walk it back. Stand it up. Walk it out. And back. Walk it back. Stand it up. Oh, wow. Yes, forward fold. Let's do it again. And walk it out, plank. And downward dog. Yes, 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 I believe in you. Walk it back. Stand it up. Nice. As much back bending as you like, or sometimes I just like to move around. Oh, I lost track. Let's do 1 more. 1 more, 1 more. Plank. Downward dog. Walk it back. Now here, this is where I'm going to grab my bar and stand up. Wonderful. Now I wanted to bring in some tools today because some folks really need tools, even though it looks like you can do certain things. So you ever see people walking with the walking sticks and things like that? So the tool can actually help many of us, and it changes everything. So I'm using this tool this morning in lunges. So some folks, you could use a chair, hold onto the seat of a chair. But what I like about a bar is that, you know, the chair is like cumbersome and it's like in the way, yeah? But with a bar, it's like, it's like a walking stick, okay? So we're taking 8 times. No, let's just do 5. Let's keep everything in 5 this morning. So 5 times we're going down, up, again, down, up. Yes, yes. 3 more, down, up. 2 more, down, up. 1 more, down, up. Well, change legs. Step back, Take the breath 5 times. Down, up. So nothing dramatic is going on with the bar, but we will use it more. Down and up. Again, down and up. 2 more, just some folks kind of need that for steadiness. Down and up, and 1 more, down and up. Excellent. All right, now face me. Now it's getting dramatic with the bar. This is actually going to feel a little bit like bar class, so for those of you out there who do bar classes, are so fantastic for the legs. So you're borrowing from ballet, yeah? And here we are, we're going to be in what would be a ballet plie. A squat, a turned out squat, not too low, yeah? So right hand on the hip, it's the left leg that's going to be going out. So I'm going to turn this right foot out, so it's going to feel a lot like half moon pose. Are you ready? Say yes. Here we go. So you're going to push off to the right and lift the left and come back. Breathe. And 4, and breathe. Now I'm doing some action with my bar. 3, because I'm an old school ballet dancer, so there's always a port de bras. 2, inhale, exhale, and 1, and now you hold. Now, could I put the bar over here to the right? Yes, I could, but I always try to get my clients here in these poses. You've got to think about the energy that's in the long leg, right? So instead of thinking like, oh, I'm falling to the right, I'm actually thinking I'm lifting on the left. So I keep the bar in the left hand. Let's do the other side 5 times. Bar is in the right. Here's your plie. It's not too far away. Bring it in. Now, of course, you can do this without the bar, right? Duh. So left toes are out, and we push off. 1. It's a pushing off, isn't it? 2. Like ice skaters do. 3. Yes. 4. Yes. And 5. And let's do 1 more and hold. Up you go and hold. Good. So the bar is in this hand, so I can push my energy this way. Sometimes I will tell people, you know, half moon pose is more something that Bruce Lee would be doing, right? So it's a very upward energy. Oh, that felt good, okay? Let's do this once more each side, and then we're gonna lose the bar. I just wanna introduce the bar today as a tool that we can use in our yoga. We're still in the theory of 5, so it's pretty much a modified half moon to the right, left leg is lifting. Take the deep breath, inhale, push off, exhale. Look at how I'm looking to the left. Yes, and the oblique side waist is working. Can you use a chair? Can you use your kitchen countertop? Yes, you can. Legs getting so strong here. And 1 more. 1. We're going to go and hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Changing sides. Good. Bars in the right hand. Good. Again, don't have to use the bar. Maybe your arms are just working out. Take your left toes, turn them out. And here we go. Push out. Yes? Think like an ice skater. Push. Push 2. Push. Such a fantastic massage. Legs gonna hold there. 3 and 2 and 1. All right, so we're gonna lose the bar. Thank you very much. If you did find something in your home to use, right, you could always just use a stick from a rake, right? Take the broom off of a broomstick, so just the bar is all you need. All right, wonderful. Let's face the right side of the room. That was really good, because I really feel my hip sockets got such a workout there. So we're in downward facing dog, and let's just roll some sun salutes in with standard standing postures. Yes, and you're going to feel the vulnerability, but hopefully you also feel the joy of yoga asana. It's almost like the vulnerability and the challenge is what we're aware of, what we're feeling, and that's what makes us happy. So from here, the right leg is going to lift, not too high. Step forward in the lunge. Set up the crescent warrior. Inhaling. Turn that into warrior 2. No big deal, nothing too intense. Turn this into triangle pose. Straighten the right leg, square out the hips. The right hand comes down underneath the right knee. Is okay if you're standing wider from the warrior 2. Top arm is going to circle. You're going to come back to warrior 2. This is going to become half moon. So you've got to push off Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Let's draw the left knee in. Step back to crescent warrior. Yes. So lovely, steady. Back to warrior 2. Yes. Right hand down inside the right ankle. See, the arm's going to circle. Parshvakonasana. Inhale, exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. There, relax your head and shoulders. That's a complete little round in standing postures. Chaturanga Vinyasa to the left. Now you can keep facing the direction that you're facing, but we're going to get the other side in this little sequence. It's a standard postures sequence, downward dog. And we'll do both sides twice, and then we'll be finished for the day. From here, your left leg will lift, not too high, just feel it. And then step forward, lunge, and if the foot doesn't get that far forward, push the rear foot back. Crescent warrior, set yourself up, good balance, squared hips. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale again in the pose. Keep the rear leg long. Turn that into warrior 2. Breathing deeply, rotating through the hip sockets as you go. Feeling the broadness of the pose. It's a very broad, very majestic pose, isn't it? So you're always thinking warrior 2, very majestic. This is a wide stance. So as I straighten the left leg, the left hand is going to fall pretty much directly under the left knee. Use a block if you need that space, that support is okay. Watch the top arm circle. This becomes warrior 2 again. Check your spacing. This becomes half moon pose. So here's our push off. Push off and up. See that push off, that grand pushing off? Check it out. Your right knee is going to come in. Step back to crescent warrior, a lot of leg work. So are you still using your stick? That would make sense. Still using the chair, that would make sense. This becomes warrior 2 again. See how I use my hands? Use your own hands to help you kind of understand the broadness, the firmness of your leg muscles, yes? And then use your own hands to move around your body and help almost placing your bones, right? And then side angle lunge, the left hand comes down inside the left ankle, Parshvakonasana. Breathing a few times there, then Prasarita Padottanasana. And that completes the sequence that side. Going to the right side, Chaturanga Vinyasa. So we're just going to finish doing all of that once more each side. Not a lot of Chaturanga today. So that means we're only going to do 4 Chaturanga Vinyasas. Downward facing dog. Isn't that nice? So the class is awakening the force. It's morning yoga. It's saying, yeah, I don't have to do everything a million times. I don't need to do all of the poses. I want to remind my body that yoga asana is something that I do. And I want to remind my body just here in the morning that I can stick with my dedication to the work. It does not have to be all bells and whistles. You have a reading. You have some floor work. You're in your PJs, yeah? This one becomes triangle pose here, Trikonasana. And you just want to feel, you just want to wake up. Just want to go, oh, hey, hi, body. Hi, alignment. Am I thinking about it, trying to rotate the body. Use the TVA muscles, yes? Good. Watch the top arm is going to circle, 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 circle. Goes back to warrior two. And then to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Push off and up. Push. Oh, such a big pose. It's such a big position. Yes, you're actually broadening every part of your body. Left knee, left elbow in. And see, we rotate and look down. Now belly button is looking down. Becomes crescent warrior again. Smooth control. Awareness of balance. Awareness of balance. The strength it takes to balance. This becomes warrior two. Yeah, it does. Yeah, use your hands. Say, hey, what are you doing? And okay, just feel around and feel your muscles. Yeah, this becomes Parshvottanasana. Right hand goes down inside the right ankle. Right shoulder lines directly up with the right knee, and then of course you have to spin your body energy, looking up. Prasarita Padottanasana might be wider than it was the last time round because releasing, as the body wakes up, it starts to release, it starts to warm up. Fantastic blood flow in the morning. We turn to the left, and this is our last Chaturanga Vinyasa. Isn't that nice? Yeah? So here we are. Here's Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Oh no, I lied. This is the third one. Upward facing dog and downward dog. Right, Chaturanga Vinyasa is the punctuation of the sequence. That's the closing of the sentence. So now we do the whole sentence on the left side to finish your practice today. Left leg lifting, not too high. Left foot stepping. I was working with my clients to get a smooth step. Crescent warrior. I take my time to settle out the positioning of the legs. Then I got to figure out how to bring the torso up. That's an entirely different energy through the spine. Yep. Warrior two, spinning out through the hip sockets. It's okay. Feel the body as it works. Warrior two. That becomes triangle pose, broad stance. Try to keep your feet nice and broad. Don't worry about if it's a challenge, use a block. I'd say use a block rather than bring your feet closer together, yeah? Because you want your legs to open up. Watch the top arm is going to circle. Going back to warrior two. Up and half moon pose. On the left side, look at the push off. Push off. Expand yourself. You're not falling. You're flying. I say that to my clients all the time. You're not falling. You're flying. Right knee, right elbow. Turn the belly button down. Set up the crescent warrior. I love the slow transitions between these poses. Then the warrior two. So I'm turning the back leg. I'm settling out my hips and then the arms. Warrior two, feel, sturdiness. Yes, Parshvottanasana. So good, so good. Prasarita Padottanasana. Oh, so good, so good, so good. And turning to the right side. This is your punctuation. Chaturanga Vinyasa. Good, firm. Firm your body, squeeze the elbows in. 3, 2, and 1. Upward facing dog because we love it. Modified or otherwise, and then downward facing dog. And we are all the way back home, child's pose. Hey, you made it. You made it. All right, now, as usual, You find a nice place on your back. I always want to encourage my students to have some moment with yourself at the end of these classes, at the end of these videos. The video is over, right? Just reach and turn it off, and then go back to your mat with your blanket, your blocks, your bolster. And this is a wonderful time now just to meditate. Try to keep the class under an hour, so it's purposely less than an hour. So you set aside an hour. And then maybe use just a few minutes at the end. Maybe you're in Shavasana. Lay back on your back, Shavasana. Maybe you can sit up for meditation. Now, I was listening to a group of folks talking on a new app that I love, is Clubhouse app. On Clubhouse, I'm Yogi Cecily, so I hope you find me there. And you go into these rooms, people are talking, you can talk if you want to, you raise your hand, and then people can click you in if you want to talk. And the subject was meditation. And how to meditate. There are people on there who've been meditating for a long time, and then there are people who are brand new to it. If you're brand new to meditation, the question is always, almost always, how? How do I start? How do I start? Am I doing it right? Why is it so difficult? I get so distracted. And I want to give you my first technique that was so effective for me. So meditation is the state of being, and everything else is the technique. Yes? Meditation is the state of being. The technique takes you to meditation. So I always counsel people to avoid saying, oh, I do this meditation or I do that meditation. Yes, yes. So meditation is the state of being, and other things are the technique that bring you there. Okay? Yes, the technique that brings you there. So my favorite is counting the breaths. And I would make a number, and I would promise myself to count a certain number of breaths. And I started off with too many. I'm going to count 100. And so then I pulled back to 25. I'm inhaling 1. I'm exhaling 1. I'm inhaling 2. I'm exhaling 2. And so forth. And I went back to 25, and then I could go to 50. And then I got to where I could do 1,000. I'm inhaling 1. I'm exhaling 1. I'm inhaling 2. I'm exhaling 2. I'm inhaling 3. I'm exhaling 3. Now when you do this technique, obviously, you'll get distracted. A thought will come up, and you'll forget what number you're on. And so you always have to go back. You always have to go back to the last number that you remember. You have to go, oh, was I at 46? Or 56. Oh, I got to go back to 46. So that's a technique. So you actually end up doing more than 25. You actually end up doing more than 1,000. Yeah. And I really wanted to give you all that technique this morning. So it's meditation. That's the technique that gets you to the state of meditation. You try it, all right? With pressed palms together, I say to you, namaste. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.